Hey guys, hey, thank you for joining me and welcome to Traveling as a South African podcast. My name is Luam Kalaba and I am your host. Apologies for the previous week's episode. There was a problem with the sound. As I said, I'm still learning this, okay? I'm doing everything by myself. I'm still learning this. I had an issue with my sound. I recorded on top of another sound. So there were like two sounds that were happening and I couldn't know, I didn't know how to separate the two. So, yeah. Anyhow, thank you so much if you have watched the previous two episodes on my podcast. And this is our third episode. Let me put this here. Here we go. This is our third episode on traveling as a South African, where I'm continuing to discuss even further the documentation that you need when you're applying for a Schengen visa. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel, share the video, leave your comments on almost everything that's got to do with traveling as a South African, and I'll find something for you. If you're looking for something, I'll find it for you. If you looking for clarity on traveling as a South African in general, I'll give you the clarity that you are looking for. Okay, if you haven't watched the previous episode, you can click on the link on the description box below. It will take you directly straight to episode 2 so that you can catch up on the documentations that I've discussed on the previous episode. Today, I am continuing. This is like part 2 of documentations on when you want to apply for a Schengen visa. Okay, so we discussed like 4 documents, the first 4 documents that are vital when you are applying for a Schengen visa, which is your application form, your passport, South African passport, your original plus a copy, your identity photos, which is like the one similar when you are taking for your ID and your passport, your silver status certificate, if you are married or not, and your proof of accommodation. Where are you going to be staying? If somebody is inviting you, they need to be sending you a proof of where you're going to be staying. Okay. So they also need a round trip flight itinerary. We're going to start here today. A round trip flight itinerary. This does not necessarily mean that you need to go and book flights, as in like, yes, I'm booking, I am leaving on the 23rd of December, I'm going to France. No, you need to have reservations because remember, your visa is not approved of as yet. So imagine you go and buy 30,000 worth of flight tickets only to find out that your visa is going to be rejected. So to avoid all of that unnecessary loss of money and everything like that, you need to have your flight reservations. Now, there are websites that do flight reservations. I'm going to drop a link for one of the websites that I have used before. I trust them, and yeah, you pay, unfortunately, but it's a very small fee as compared to the amount that you would pay if you were booking for a flight. So you need to have your flight itinerary. So if you are visiting 3 countries in the Schengen area, you need to have all their flight tickets, like their reservations to the 3 countries. If you're going to be entering the Schengen area via Greece, you need to have your flight reservation from South Africa to Greece. And if you're gonna fly from there to France, you need to have the flight itinerary from Greece to France and also coming back. As I said when I introduced everything in general on episode number 1, there's no country that's going to issue you a tourist visa if you do not have a return flight ticket, meaning the return flight reservation. Reserve also the return flight. I'm leaving on the 23rd of December and I'm coming back to South Africa on the 1st of January. You need to have that flight reservation that shows that you are leaving the Schengen area on the 30th or on the 1st of January, coming back to South Africa. They will send you via email. You need to print that. Everything they send to you, you need to make a print out and then you attach on your supporting documents when you are going for your appointment for your visa. You need a proof of your paid visa fee, your application fee. The application fee, it's for the embassy. It is not for the body, like the company that is collecting your biometrics and your application forms, your papers and everything from you. So the embassies, they have third parties that collect the data for them. And then from there, they send it straight to the embassy. So when you are applying, let's say, for example, you want to go to the Netherlands, you are going to go and send your application at VFS Global. Those are the third parties that collect the visa applications and your biometrics for the Netherlands. You pay them the service fee. I think the service fee is around 475 rands in South African rands. You must check online the application fee because it does fluctuate based on exchange rate. So today you might find out it was 1,500 and then tomorrow is 2,000. You never know. Check online the day you're making your appointment. They do not take cash. Always make sure that you have enough money in your card so that you can just pay. They only accept card payments. There's no cash payments. So there is going to be the application fee and there is going to be a service fee for the third party that is collecting the application for you on behalf of the embassy that you are applying a visa for. You are not going to go straight to the embassy to lodge your application. So make sure that you have enough money. Check online how much money is it that you need to have a little bit more extra so that you don't go back and because if you don't use your date, like when you make your appointment for your application and you don't have everything and you leave, you will have to make another appointment. And sometimes appointments, they are only like a month away. Most of the time they are always booked. So make sure that you have enough money when you're going there so that you don't have to waste your time and have to reschedule your appointment again. It is non-refundable. The application fee is non-refundable. Whether they give you the visa or not, you are not going to get the money back. It might be up to $2,000. It might be more than that, but you are not going to get it back, whether they grant you the visa or not. So bear in mind, you need a cover letter. The letter must contain information about why you are applying for a visa, what you plan to do during your stay, and how long will your stay be in the Schengen area. So this is the letter that explains, hi, I am Ron Kalaba and I would like to visit this and this and this and this and this country. So from this date to this date. In Greece, I would like to go and visit A, B, C, and D at this time and this time and this time. I will be traveling so and so and so and so. And then I will exit Greece and go to Athens and arrive at this place. I booked at this place. I'm going to be sleeping here for how many nights? They do want to see each and every single detail that you are going to be doing in the Schengen area. Everything needs to be clear. You need to state your intentions of visiting their countries. Why must they grant you the visa? Why must they give you permission to enter the Schengen area? You need to state all those reasons. Everything must be clear on the cover letter. Your name, your passport number, the date that you are arriving and the date you're supposed to be exiting the Schengen area. You need to include each and every single detail, like your itinerary. Monday on the 23rd of what, I'm going to be doing this. If you booked trips, for example, if there's a boat ride you're going to be taking, going to see the island, you need to include all of those details so that they know, and also they can see that you do have an interest. You went all the way of reserving and booking and doing all of this. You actually do have an interest to come and see their country. If not, that can result in your visa being rejected. You need copies of previous Schengen visas if you were granted one before. If you traveled to the Schengen area before, whether you entered via France, you entered via the Netherlands or Switzerland, and your visa expired, a copy of it needs to be there, needs to be available. They want to see if you have traveled to the Schengen area before. You need your proof of enough financial means. This one is very, 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 very tricky, but it can be simplified. They need proof of enough financial means. You must submit original copies of your bank account statements showing transactions in the last 3 to 6 months and the account balance or proof of regular income. Okay, so a bank statement for the past 6 months that shows that yes, I do have a regular income that is coming through. That is how I'm going to be affording my holiday coming to visit the Schengen area. You need to have proof of regular income, meaning your pay slips can also be one of those. So you can either or the bank balance or the proof of regular income. You can also have your employment letter also, that from your employer that says yes, Luam Kalaba is an employee here. She has been employed for this time and she does this work. This is how much money she earns each and every month. But then on your bank statement, they do want to see your balance. You can't just say, I want to come for holiday, but then your balance is like 50 cents. They do want to see how much money you have in your account. There is a certain amount that they feel it is reasonable enough for you to have and for you to be granted the Schengen visa. If they feel like your balance is below what they want to see, they are not going to grant it to you. And they will give you the reasons that your financial means, like you are not financially capable of taking yourself to this holiday that you claim to. What you can do is to reapply again. If they say you can reapply again after a month or immediately, then get the funds together, do the bank statement, and then reapply again. If you are employed, an employment contract and a certificate of annual leave from the employer also, that can be a proof of financial means. If you are self-employed or a freelancer, you're going to need your business license if that is applicable, or your business bank statement. It needs to show that there's money. You are the business owner. This is a registered business. This is Luam Kalaba's business. You need to show, like your certificate from CIPC here in South Africa. It needs to show that Luam is one of the directors for the company. And the bank statement also needs to show, like, this is the bank statement for the company that Luam Kalaba owns. And it does have 150,000, meaning, yes, she can afford to take herself on this holiday. If you are a student, you need a certificate of registration at your university or school. You need your student card. You need evidence of financial stability of your parents. If you're a student and your parents are taking care of this trip for you, they need to attach all of this for you. Okay. and a proof of employment contract or proof of enough financial resources for your stay. Okay, so if somebody is inviting you and they are claiming that they are going to take care of you financially while you are visiting them, they need to send an invitation letter. The invitation letter, they need to say who are they to you, why are they inviting you, and they are going to take care of what and what and what. We're going to take care of her accommodation, of her flights, of her everyday stay, of her traveling in the Schengen area, and so on and so forth. Everything needs to be clear on the invitation letter that they are sending you. They need to have a guarantee form. Some embassies might ask you to submit a fill-out guarantee form, which the embassy will provide you. So your host must fill the form out. If somebody is inviting you, your host, that is them, they need to fill out the guarantee form saying if anything happens to you, they are going to be reliable. They're going to take accountability for you, meaning financially, everything, whatever can happen to you while you are visiting the Schengen area on this holiday, they will take care of each and everything. They need to sign that form and you need to bring it back to the embassy. They need to send a copy of their passport showing clearly their details, their passport number and so on. They need to have proof of a residence permit if they are also a foreigner in the Schengen area and they do have a residence permit. They need proof of accommodation. These can be their rental agreement or ownership of the property to verify their accommodation. Okay. I think each and everything for now is very, very clear. I don't see why you should be rejected when you are applying for a tourist visa for the Schengen area. You just need to be extra careful and pay attention to detail. That's it. Pay attention to detail. Read each and everything on your application form because that's where everything starts. You will see on the application form each and everything, and there's a checklist that you print out when you're printing out your application form. There's a checklist that you need to tick out each and every box. Do you have your application form? Yes. Do you have your copy of your passport and your passport? Yes. Do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have that? You must tick each and every box, making sure that each and every box correlates with each and every document, supporting document that you are attaching to your application form. Because once you are there, you are there. There isn't anything much that you can do. Okay. And it wouldn't be nice for you to be rejected because it's just a waste of everything. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. And you will need to rebook your date also when you want to go and resubmit your application. I'm going to end it here today. I said on the previous episodes that I want to speak on the tourist visas because they are the easiest to obtain. And the paperwork for them is just very easy and straightforward and uncomplicated. As the episode progresses, we are going to get into the student visa, your work visa, what do you need for it, because it's very, very different for each and every country that you would like to go and study in, the requirements, and so on and so forth. So for now, I hope you are getting the drift of how does the application work as far as the tourist visa when you want to visit the Schengen area. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, leave your comment if you have a question, any suggestion that you might have. You can drop your comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss a single episode when I drop a new episode on the podcast. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next episode.